Hi everybody, how's it going and welcome back to Resident Evil HD Chris playthrough. I am Krun, this is Games Done with Krun. Last time we arrived in the big spooky research base, it finally happened. The research base reared its ugly head. Although I suppose technically we would have been in a research base the whole time, but not much research seemed to be going down, so let's just ignore that. Let's just head on now. I got rid of the ink ribbon off screen. We are armed only with our shotgun. Actually, can I quickly take a look to see if we've got any keys and such like that we might be able to use. I know that we can use that. Is it the MO disc? Yeah, MO disc. We can use that, so I might as well take that along with us, because 3 inventory spaces should be enough to pick up anything special along the way. Just going to shift the microphone and also my chair slightly. Lovely. There we go. There we go. Lovely clear audio quality. There's some more fuel in a little can down here, but kerosene, yeah, but we won't be using that because we've never used that. We've used it once or twice just to illustrate what I did. Probably. There we go. The last time I said that the last episode was probably the end of a week's content. This is probably the end of the week's content, but it might not be. So probably ignore this, but maybe not. This could be the 3rd episode in a week, or it could be the 1st episode in a new week. Could be either, could be both. Probably is. Oh, you son of a bitch! There's always one. Oh, come now, come now, come now. That was nonsense. Right, let's round up the posse. Come on, lads. Come on. Come on. Is he getting up? Oh, we're gonna have to use more shots than we. Yep. Fair enough. Can we get our knife back? We can get our knife back. Ah, cool. That is how it works. If you blow up their head, or maybe if they just dissolve. Close one. He's gonna turn into a crimson head, which is quite unfortunate, but it's nothing that we can't deal with in time. Hang on, another MO disc. I feel like we don't need those as soon as I thought we did. Gunning it back to drop those off then, because we don't need them yet. We will need them, but we don't need them right now, so it doesn't matter. How are we for health? Yellow caution, I'll probably pick up one of those green herbs on the way back. And that's both of them back in the item box. And a cheeky green herb. Lovely. We'll just use that right away. No need to save it. We've got so many healing items. If there was I don't even know if there is an achievement for getting through without using a first aid spray, but if there was, I reckon we probably could have done it, because we've got so many mixed herbs. Although I'm pretty sure I used one a little bit prematurely once. Which is unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. It's just a Steam achievement. I'm sure I can cope. And now here we are downstairs, and this is what makes up the meat of the laboratory, if you will. I always just say research base, but it's more accurately a laboratory. I'm going to quickly run about. We've got a few stragglers, got a few wanderers. No need to take these guys out right now. We can head through this door. Oh, we can head through this door, whatever. This door and the one on the opposite side. There's also a save room on this floor, which is pretty useful. Not essential, but it's there. And now we're in this sort of weird. Is this the? Ah, yeah, this is a completely different corridor. So we can head right into this door straight away. As fortune would have it. And here we are in another bizarre area where X-rays lurk. Ooh, memo on the message board catches our attention. There's something scrawled on the notepad. To use the electronic door, place the initials in alphabetical order. Alright. This always I remember this puzzle, it always like throws me off a little bit. Right. So we push the switch. Everything suddenly goes a lovely shade of orange. Chris goes back in time to the 50s and starts seeing ghosts. He doesn't really. Oh dear. Oh dear. Right. Let's stick up the X-rays then. What have we got here? We've got oh right, we've got Gail Holland. We've got a Gail Holland. We got Clark David. So Clark David is definitely before Gail Holland. What about these two? Alex Beckett. Alright, so that'll be Clark David. And that will be, presumably, unless we can take this one, Ed Fisher, and then Gail Holland. Yep. Easy peasy, now what? Part of it is glowing red. Alright. So we got the old colon. We got a C, I think. No, that's fine where it is. We've got a esophagus, CE. I'm not sure if this is what it's meant to be. We've got what, maybe a liver? CE, yep, CEL. And lung, cell, makes sense. Right, cell. Cell will be used at some point. I think it may be a password to get onto a computer, which is quite bizarre. Oh no! Researcher's letter. June 8th, 1998. My dearest Ada, by the time you've read this letter, I will no longer be the person you once knew. The results of my test came out today, and as I suspected, it came out positive. I feel like I'm teetering on the edge of reason, just thinking about my impending doom. I would give anything not to have to become one of them. As far as I know, you're not infected. I sincerely hope things do not reach such a desperate pass. But if it has turned out that you're now the last person remaining alive, I want you to get the material from the visual data room. Then, activate the self-destruct system in the power room and escape from here. Please do everything in your power to make the whole accident public. If everything is still running normally, you should be able to release all the locks using the security system. I have set up the terminal in the small security room so that you can log into the system using my name and your name as the password. You'll need another password to release the lock of the door in the basement level 2, where the visual data room is located. As a safety measure, I've coded the password into an X-ray picture. Wait there now. A rentgenogram? A rentgenogram. I know you, and I'm sure you'll be able to work it out without any trouble. There's just one more thing, and it's my last request. I hope you never have to lay eyes on me in this state, but if you do happen to run into me in my hideous form, I beg you to put me out of my misery. I hope you understand. Thank you, Ada. Yours truly, John. Aww. Poor John. Although Ada, presumably, is Ada from the later games. Maybe. That's something that I've never really known for sure, but I always assumed because Ada's not a very common name. That's pretty cool. So John and Ada are the password to get into the computer, and Cell is the password to activate the secret files lurking within. So toot toot, tit toot, let's just get on top of that then. Assuming that we can in fact access the area that we want to be in to do that right away. Which is, well, it could go either way. Obviously there's the healing item on the floor there, I'm not too worried about picking that up right now. Is that the only door that we passed? Yeah. What's the deal here? It is locked. Okay, it's just plain locked. No more to say about it than that. This, I'm not entirely sure about this. I think this will presumably be what happens if you unlock all the... Oh yeah, you've got to unlock the levers. That's what he was saying. To get rid of the security lockdown, you've got to get the levers. We're going to get some levers. Or lever, depending on where you are. Sometimes I say one, sometimes I say the other. Sometimes I say both. And in this case, I said both. So what do you make of that? Right, probably best if we get the kids out of the pool. Oh, come on now. Hunting for crits, we're just not getting them. That's another Crimson Head that's going to be roaming about, but again, they only really take like one shotgun shell anyway. Let's try and lure him into an attack so that we can... There he is. Oh, get right to fuck, man. This is ridiculous. Not a head exploding in sight. Absolutely dreadful. What we found here, we've got ourselves a lovely dagger to add to the heap. Are we looking? We've got 3 of those, so... Well... Woe betide whatever tries to grab us. I'm not sure if there's any other rooms we can access right now. I'm too close to that one to see one way or the other. Yeah, it seems both of these ones are locked. There might be something we can do. Locked, power area is carved into the lock. And it's locked, a symbol, power area, right. Power area, easy peasy. I can see the mouse cursor just peeking in at the corner there. Sorry about that. And then we've got this door. Taking us into a suspiciously silent area. I think I probably will take that magnum ammo. Although I am going to have a little roam about and see what we can find. Part of a corpse lies. Oh, part of a corpse lying on the operating table. Honestly. VACT's researchers note. There is now evidence that when the host loses consciousness, the body goes into a dormant state. During this time, the virus becomes active and rapidly transforms and reconstructs the basic composition of the body. The host eventually mutated into a humanoid creature. We call them VACTs. Its speed and amazing muscular development are particularly noteworthy. After transformation, it becomes more agile and aggressive. Already, 4 of our researchers have died from trying to feed it, turning the place into an instant bloodbath. Ever since this tragic and barbaric accident, we've decided to call its kind Crimson Heads. That dangerous and precious prototype specimen can't be left there. We have to figure out a way to deal with it. Termination is definitely not an option. We finally decided to freeze the specimen and confine the body inside the basement of the backyard cemetery. Ah, so that's why there was a big crimson head lurking in the sort of casket thing right near the beginning. It was the original. Alright, here we go. So, log in. Great username. John. Simple as that. And password. No like alphanumeric nonsense. Ada. Simple as that. 3-letter password. Probably. Could be Ada then, John. Yep, Ada was his password. Pretty sure the system would have just been like, no, don't do that. And then, if we type in sell, this should work. Yeah. Not gonna lie to you, I probably would have been able to do that from memory. But, I didn't, so it doesn't matter. Hooray! We've unlocked all the second floor doors and then the third floor doors as well. Yep, there we go. Lovely. Job done. Brilliant. Can't remember which doors that unlocked. I think it might be the ones in the sort of adjoining corridor. I could be wrong though. If we come in here, oh no, we find the old land of the corpses, also known as the freezer. Pretty sure there's like a hidden first aid spray in there or something like that. Like just lurking up the back, but it doesn't flash or anything like that. It's just one of those locations where there's just a mystery item. But either way, because we've ran out of surplus shotgun shells, I think we're probably quite safe in taking the magnum rounds on the floor. We probably won't run out of inventory space anytime soon. Although hopefully we get more shotgun shells at some point, because there's a fair few enemies, and now there's going to be bloody crimson heads knocking about very shortly. Alright, let's check the map. Will it show us? Yes. There's unlocked one room, and it was down this way. On it. No worries. He looks like he's turning crimson already, but he might have been quite red to begin with. He looked like a spanked arse. And unfortunately his head did not explode. I think seeing as we've got these magnum rounds, it's probably... Come on Chris. It's probably okay to pick up this first aid box as well. Just because we'll probably be running back to the safe room quickly. Quite soon, just to drop off this stuff. It's mixed herbs anyway. 2 green herbs. Alright, well that's honestly maybe worth carrying about with us in lieu of shotgun shells. I don't like to use up more than... ideally, I don't like to use up more than 2 inventory spaces on like non-key items, but 3 is plenty. Generally speaking, it's just overcompensation. But nothing's worse than finding a key and not having the inventory space to pick it up. At least in Resident Evil 0 you could drop things. I never thought... Oh, more magnum rounds, wow. Oh, really? Oh, come on, we've not had a head explosion in about 3 weeks. That's not true. And probably since the start of this part. Right, what have we got here? We've got ourselves a slide filter. Oh, what do we use with that? Well, I'm sure time will tell. It's filled with a clear liquid. Probably, yeah, well, I'll agree with you there, Chris. We probably are better off not touching it. There's a note there. But there's also a thing here. Oh, bloody hell. It's the ammo disc. What's this then? Fax. Fax. To Sanitation Division. Attention, Manager of Sanitation. From the Raccoon Disaster Contingency Committee. The contents of this fax are confidential and intended for the named addressee only. Any copying or disclosure of the contents of this fax to any third party is strictly forbidden by the sender. After reading the contents of this fax, it must be destroyed immediately. We expect significant increase in the damage done by the recent T-virus outbreak than initially estimated. There are several concerns. First concern, more than half of the researchers have been infected by the T-virus and died. It has also been reported that almost all of the survivors of this accident are starting to show symptoms of the T-virus infection. Second concern, our secret security patrol team has also been completely eradicated. Therefore, most of our secret research is in danger of public disclosure. Quick actions are demanded to prevent mass media coverage. Third concern, there is a high possibility that most of the specimens are running loose inside the compound. We expect many casualties to follow. However, yet unfortunate, these casualties underscore the success of our research results. Actions must be taken to prevent our research results from being made public. We suspect the first official intervention will come from the state police and STARS. We strongly recommend taking measures against them first. So corporate meddling once again. I'm pretty sure this is where you unlock the 3 lights that were on the door, but until you've got all 3 ammo discs, there's not really much of a reason to take them down. That could be a fatal error. There seems to be something behind this sturdy door. Open it. Sure thing. Warning, fuel may explode if shaken or jarred. I'm not entirely sure, sure we should take that. Oh, I know what we've unlocked. We've unlocked the door upstairs anyway. That will come in due time. Let's head back out here first. Hopefully that one doesn't turn into a Crimson Head. It does look a little bit mangy to turn into a Crimson Head, but it probably can happen. We've got, we're currently sitting on 12 Magnum rounds plus 2 remaining. So we've got 14 Magnum rounds, which is something. Probably will come in handy, but we're not going to be taking the Magnum about with us because it's just too valuable to use against regular enemies, to be quite frank. And at the end of the day, you want to save your firepower for the horrible things that come at the end. Because they're always there. Every time. The Magnum should be plenty to take out the final boss, but that will come in time. So we're going to run along here. He's thankfully not a Crimson Head yet. And we're going to charge into this newly unlocked room. Lovely. Show us in, Chris. What do you see? What do you see? He sees a first aid spray, which we may take. There's the third ammo disc. Cool. Okay, so we can just get right on top of that. A passcode entry terminal. What? What's... well, I wasn't expecting that. I'm not familiar with a passcode. We've got a film. Umbrella. Bioorganic weapon official report. We've got the Cerberus, and this is where you learn about all their experiments and such like, see. We've got the Cerberus, the old dog. We've got Neptune, the big old shark. We've got the Hunters, of course. We've got the Tyrant. Oh, yeah, we've not seen him yet. And of course, there's the group. There are all the lads. Look at that guy on the far right. He looks very, very, very familiar. 834170623. I doubt that's the actual password because we have this thing, a slide filter, and suddenly it's all gone red. There they are again. 8462. Easy peasy. I remember this now. Yes. 8462. Thank you very much. And what did you do? Oh, the old sliding wah. That's a classic trope, if you will. And we can run along the bottom here, but I don't think there's really much for us to pick up besides that first aid spray. We did get the ammo disc, right? Yeah, we did. Shotgun shells, though. That's appreciated. That's definitely appreciated. Security protocols. Level 1. Heliport. For executive use only. This restriction does not apply in the event of an emergency. Basement level 1. Passage to heliport/entry is prohibited unless accompanied by a consultant researcher or the chief of security. Unauthorized persons entering the heliport will be shot on sight. Elevator. The elevator stops during emergencies. Basement level 2. Visual data room. for use by the Special Research Division only. All other access to the visual data room must be cleared with Keith Arving, Room Manager. Basement Level 3. Prison Sanitation Division controls the use of the prison. At least one consultant researcher, E. Smith, S. Ross, A. Wesker, must be present if viral use is authorised. Triple lock door. Entry into the room is limited to the sole person who deactivates the lock with all of the passcodes. Accessing the exclusive output terminals located in each section of the senior researchers deactivates the lock. Power room. In this room, nitro compound is used as a primary fuel source of power. Access is limited to headquarters supervisors. This restriction may not apply to consultant researchers with special authorization. Passcode output terminals. Use and access of the output terminals is limited to authorized senior researchers. Basement Level 4. Regarding the process of Tyrant, after the administration of T-Virus. Illegible hereafter. So that sort of Brummy Scouse gentleman told us all about the power and access protocols, but it doesn't really matter to us. He was basically confirming what I said already, where if you use the 3 ammo discs, the door will open. The rest of it is just flavour. Although the Tyrant is common knowledge, it seems. We get this wee doodah, a laboratory key. It's almost like it has that symbol almost looks like power. Oh, an electrical symbol. Well, there you go. Key for a power area. I was about to say that wasn't even what we were looking for. But we've got this little doodah. It looks like we can use it to view Kenneth's film. Remember Kenneth back at the start getting chomped on by that zombie and we picked up his film? We can view it now. Let's sit back and just watch. Oh, run, Kenneth! He's not very fast. And lo, he was chewed upon. Chris just like, oh fuck, seen some things. And that said, that didn't progress us in any way. But it's just nice that you get to see his little film. Like, the game didn't forget. Would have been surprising if they did. A little bit of a shit payoff for carrying that about the entire game, but it's a nice little sort of thing to add in. Unfortunately, we don't have enough inventory space to pick up that first aid spray, but as I've said many times already, we've got about 40 already. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab the three discs and use them, and then I'm probably going to call this part here so that I've got proper pacing of the rest of the laboratory. And here we are in the room where we're going to be using the ammo disc. I might have made a mistake here. I was thinking about it on the way. We might only be able to use one ammo disc per computer. I think there might be more than one of these that just knock about the place, but we could be wrong. And we've loaded one of them. We've got one green. Do we get to use another one? I think we do have to just lug these about with us now. Okay, fair enough. I think we're gonna be able to get rid of another one really soon, so we're more or less fine to cart the other one back with us. But I think we are gonna actually have to end it apart here because this is definitely running up on time now. So, thank you very much for watching this first part of what will be, well, it's the first part of the end section of the game, basically, is what I'm trying to tell you. Whether it came out one week or another, doesn't really matter. But, either way, if you enjoyed, then please remember to leave a like, comment, or subscribe. All those would be very much appreciated. And if you didn't enjoy, then I'll be like, man, I live and let live. You know, like, if you didn't enjoy, you didn't enjoy. That's just how it be. No worries, bruv. I can take care of myself in the big wide world, etc, etc. Yes, either way. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for your time. And I will see you again next time. Bye bye for now.